Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rose, and in today's video I have a question for you. Would you agree to enter into a lavender marriage? Okay, so I don't know, you're asking what is a lavender marriage, or for those of you who maybe are not familiar with this term. So a lavender marriage is a marriage that two people enter into having an agreement where they're trying to conceal something, okay? It's like a cover-up marriage, right? So maybe there is somebody who is trying to conceal their sexual orientation, okay? So they're trying to show society that, you know, they're heterosexual or something. There are other reasons for people to enter into lavender marriages, but this is the main reason. So now the problem here comes because my channel is about women who want to date outside their continent, outside their race, outside their culture. The problem here comes when we talk about the requirements for, let's say, immigration, because the video we did previously where we talked about the web wedding, right? We said that one of the requirements for the marriage to be recognized as a real and legit marriage is the consummation of the marriage. So for me, I'm thinking, like, when you are now in a lavender marriage where one is trying to conceal their sexual orientation, what's gonna happen in this case? Okay, I know there are so many such marriages. Okay, in fact, the way I came up with this video is that I saw a video on TikTok where there is a couple. Both of them are Americans, so they don't really need to deal with the immigration, but they are in such arrangement. So this got me thinking to ask you this question: would you agree to be in a lavender marriage? I know there are people who go into these kinds of marriages maybe without knowing. Maybe somebody just wants to have a wife and then, you know, everybody can see he has a wife, or somebody wants to have a husband and then everybody can see that she has a husband. But then maybe the other party doesn't know that this is actually a lavender marriage. But there are some who go into that knowingly. Okay, they know what they're signing up to. They know what arrangements they have. They have agreements on what is expected in this marriage. And then on the outside, it just looks like a normal marriage, and they do get married. They even go through with the wedding and everything. But on the inside, things are different. So this is something that I was thinking about. I was thinking, when somebody suggests that you guys should get married, or they ask you to marry them, maybe you should try to investigate whether this is a real marriage, you know, like just a normal marriage, a man and a wife get married, and or it's something else, because there are so many types of marriages. There are people who even get into marriage, but it's an open marriage. It's not just between you and him. It's also about inviting other people into the marriage. So these are some of the questions that I keep telling you need to ask. You know, there are people who join swingers clubs. Is that something that you would be willing to do? You'll be interested in opening the marriage? Is that something at some point you would be interested in? There are so many things. There are so many things that you have to consider, because, as I said, you want to date outside your culture, outside your race. And honestly, these things, I don't want to just say that it's only those people who do this. These things are with us even in our communities and in our culture. It's just that people hide them so well. Okay, I'm not saying, oh, in Kenya people don't have swingers club. Of course they do. They have swingers clubs, but it's just that they hide them so well. You know, if you go to those high-end neighborhoods, they exchange car keys and exchange, I don't know what they exchange, but these things are happening. Okay, also these lavender marriages are happening also in our communities. You find people are married, but they have their own secrets, and sometimes you see interviews here on YouTube, people coming and say, oh yes, I was married for 10 years, but he wasn't into me, he was into the other side. And so I'm not really saying, I don't want, people, maybe somebody from another country will come, or another continent will come and say, okay, so you are telling us that you over there in Africa, you don't engage in these activities. No, that's not what I'm saying. Yes. These things are everywhere. But because my channel is about, African women dating outside their continent, that's why I'm pointing out that when it comes to getting into these marriages, you might have an issue with the immigration. If they suspect that your marriage is not genuine, then you might be accused of marriage fraud, because the whole point of, let's say marrying somebody outside your continent, let's be honest, it's because you want to travel, you want to go and live somewhere else with your husband. It's very few people who are getting into this international dating and they want the husband to move, let's say, to Kenya. A lot of them don't want the husband to move to Kenya. They want to move to the husband's country, whether it's a country in Europe or whether he comes from the United States, Australia, Canada, those places. I think those are the main, I would say, targets of this African women or Kenyan women who want to date outside the continent. So the only reason I'm raising this issue is because immigration could create problems for you. I'm not saying like they're gonna come to your bedroom and supervise and make sure that you do the deed. But the thing is, when people are not like in a genuine marriage, even your body language, like let's say for example you go for an interview, and then they can see, like they can just observe and see that this marriage is not real, okay? And then the next thing you know is they're taking you to different rooms and then they're asking you questions separately and you're both failing because you're not in a genuine marriage. So I just wanted to bring this topic here so you know. Of course, there are people who have managed to go through the immigration process and they are in lavender marriages, okay? But there is a chance that the immigration officers could sense that based on your body language, you are not comfortable around each other because you are not attracted to each other, or you're not into that kind of thing with each other. You have other people, separate people that you do those kinds of things with. Oh my goodness. Anyway, please answer my question in the comment section. Would you agree to enter into a lavender marriage? Leave your answers in the comment section. I'm so interested to know what you think about this. I just wanted to make a quick one because I was like, I must talk about this on YouTube. I just wanted to make a quick one. We might have this discussion. We might, discuss it in one of our live streams here. But I would like to know now what your answer is. Hey, my name is Rose. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Here we talk about interracial dating, intercultural dating, age gap dating, online dating. Those are the kinds of topics that we cover here. And today we were talking about lavender marriage. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. And I shall see you on my next one. Bye-bye for now.